By the time I return to the foot of the mountain after running like crazy, I'm so exhausted that my legs feel as if they are separate from my body. Uh-oh. Wait, hold up. Why was autoplay on? Hold on. What? Forest trail at night is always scary each time I look at it, but now it looks no different from daytime. Nothing had stopped me from returning as soon as possible. Sorry, everything on my desk just kind of exploded. The excitement is prevailing over the fatigue and fear. I want to return to Mori. I can't wait to tell her the news. Mori? But when I arrive at the cabin, it's dark inside and there's no sign of her. Mori! Mori! The only answer I get is the sound of rustling leaves. Mori! Mori! I'm relying on the moonlight to look for the figure with pointed ears. Mori! Are you there? I've searched the cabin, the river, the grass, everywhere Mori might hide. Mori! I found Mori before by searching for her this way. But the only thing I can see tonight is endless darkness. Suddenly I'm quivering, and my legs can't support my body. It's like a broken puppet. I fall down. Mori. She's really disappeared this time. Without even saying goodbye. Without waving at me. The time has finally come. I wondered numerous times when it would come and how Mori would disappear before my eyes. I thought, I'm ready for it, no matter how heartbreaking it would be. However, it came so quietly, and without any warning. By now, there's no doubt about it. It didn't even give me any time to spend my remaining moments with her. I'm panting helplessly while lying on the grass. Who? Looking up at the round moon and the indistinct stars. Mori. Even the distant stars are shining. Are you there? Mori used to stay within my sight. Now there's no trace of her anywhere. I close my eyes and try to picture in my head how she looks when she's smiling, how she looks when she's crying, how she looks when she's being shy, how she looks when she's embarrassed. As the hot sweat evaporates, the cold wind feels refreshing. Suddenly, a familiar feeling is welling up while the cold wind in the mountains at night is blowing at me. That feeling. I concentrate on feeling the breeze. I remember that night when we caught the lysinated butterfly, and I was closest to her. It's you. That time, the air around us was so refreshing. Although I can't see you, you must be right beside me. I think I'm calming down gradually. Do you still remember? I've always told you, as long as you're here with me, we'll definitely find a way. Even though I can't see you anymore, there's hope as long as we're together. Don't be afraid. I already know it's not an ending, but an inevitable stage for us. And it will come to an end. I will definitely see you again. You must be curious on why I'm so sure. Because Lady Skyfox showed me a reunion that's late for 50 years just now. I know humans and fox spirits can pass through that wall which makes them invisible to each other, and that they can see each other again. You must be curious on how they did it. I'm sure it has to do with their will. Both of them must have had such strong desire to touch each other at that moment. With their strong interlinked feelings, they've crossed the boundaries between humans and fox spirits. Thus, if we share the same belief that we will meet again one day, that day will come. Since Mr. Wong and Ruri could do it, Mori and I should be able to do it too, right? Regardless of when and where, I will keep believing in it. Whether it's 10, 20, or 50 years later, I will keep waiting for you. Aww. According to my bench's wishes, I need to go to the licensed butterfly habitat today to make a supplementary record. Since you dislike the scent of the trees from the trees over there, you don't have to follow me. Just wait outside. I'm only here to get samples. Previously, I was preoccupied with the butterflies, so I didn't take detailed notes about the plant distribution around here. Make a garland if you're bored. I know Mori likes to make garlands with the flowers around here. But if she picks the flowers I could see are those she picked as well? Is the world the same in my eyes and hers? It's said that in optical physics, researchers use different polarizing filters to achieve different polarization states, and get different images from the same light source. Do human eyes differ from fox spirits, like polarizing filters? Suddenly I have a stomach ache. It's because I drank a cup of cold water this morning. I'm gonna answer the call of nature. Stay here. It's been a rewarding day. We'll satisfy our taste buds. After a day of field work and back to the cabin, I check the grills that were placed yesterday and start to cook my dinner. I haven't taught you properly on how to cook human dishes until now. I'll show you today. I'm slicing the descaled fish while explaining it to an empty space in front at the same time. We won't be making roast fish today. It's basic and bad for our health if we eat too much of it. So today, let's make sliced fish congee. My stomach isn't well today, so I've decided to make something easy to digest. Congee? Hold on. Sliced fish congee. Ah! It's like a porridge. Okay. Oh shit, I gotta sneeze. 1 sec. Okay, we're good. The correct way to make the porridge is to let it simmer with a clay pot. But we can't meet this condition, so we'll have to use a more primitive method. In fact, I haven't cooked it before. I'm following the instructions on the cookbook that I brought the other time. Let's hope it won't look that bad. If you can make it, your gourmet list will definitely have more content added to it. I preserve excuse me. I preserve the fish fillet in salts, and then make a fire to boil the water. Watch and learn. I can't cook directly for you now. You'll have to do it on your own. Don't eat weeds, wild fruits, or insects. You need to look after your digestive tract as well. I wonder whether she can eat the food I cook. What's more, don't eat all of it. Share some with Lady Skyfox, too. Mori's disappeared for almost a week. Each day brings us closer to the reunion. Oh yeah, you finished reading this book. I noticed the book Mori's been reading for a long time is lying on the ground near the table. I'll give you another one. I put the book back on the shelf and place a new book on the ground. This book describes maritime exploration and discovery. You've been living in the mountain all this time. You probably haven't even seen the sea. The sea has plenty of water, as far as the eye can see. That's too many times to say the word sea. I know it's different pronunciation. But unlike the river and the mountain, the sea is too salty to drink. When I finish my work and get my holiday, I'll take you to see it. One can't see the real sea from books since the sea is so vast and has those roaring waves. I help Mori flip through the book and imagine she's dizzy and puzzled. I can't help but smile to myself. This picture is called a schooner. People on marine expeditions rely on the sailing ship. After all, she's always stayed in the mountain and never got a chance to see the world. My mentor went out on the sea when out to sea on such a ship when he was young to watch the transit of Venus at a remote island. I need to mail my work logs in town today. I haven't been focused on my work all this while, so the quality is a bit lacking. I hope my mentor won't blame me. At first I thought I could visit Mr. Wong, but the doorman told me he's away and didn't know where he went. I don't know how their reunion went. I hope it's good for the old gentleman. Sir, a roast chicken, please. As I'm passing through the market, the hawker selling me roast chicken catches my eye once again. Roast chicken is Mori's favorite food, after all. Perhaps she will show up when she's hungry. But if that's true, does that mean she misses the roast chicken more than me? No way. I don't want to lose to a roast chicken. Mori, you mustn't appear. Immediately buys the roast chicken anyway. Mori, here's your favorite roast chicken. It's almost dinner time when I return to the cabin with the roast chicken. Although I can't see her, I imagine she's probably rushing out of the cabin with her eyes wide open, while sparkling, and she's probably drooling. Hee, you greedy brat. No hurry. Go inside and eat it slowly. On my way back, I've been thinking on whether you'll show up because of the roast chicken. But you didn't, and I'm kind of relieved. I'm chatting with Mori while she's eating the roast chicken. I went to Mr. Wong's house today, but I didn't see him. Doorman said he went to a distant place and might be away for a long time. Before he left, he instructed the doorman to tell me I could stay in his house at any time whenever I go down to the mountain, since the mountain might be inconvenient for me. But I'd still prefer to return to the cabin, 'cause you're here. I like my greasy fingers and burp involuntarily. If only you're here to eat with me. I can't finish it alone. Aww. I wake up as always and put my stuff on the table. Let's go outside today. I should continue investigating the area where I usually take notes as planned. Upon opening the door, the familiar figure whom I also don't know well is standing a short distance in front. It's you. I attempted to look for her after Mori disappeared, but I didn't expect her to come here. Sort of. She didn't reply, and I didn't know what to say. She's cold, distant, just like when we met for the first time. We look at each other for a while, and finally, I speak first. Last time, for Mori, I secretly looked into the story between you and Mr. Wong. I also devised a plan to steal your jade, and ended up overhearing your conversation with him. Please forgive me for being so rude. And?
挨拶もしないで別れるのが一番だと思っていた。会えないまま時の流れに任せ、いつかお互いに忘れられればと。それが苦痛も一番少ないと。
But he didn't forget you at all.
ええ。私たちは二人ともお互いのことを忘れられなかった。あなたの行動は浅はかだったけれど、私と彼の関係をきちんと終わらせる機会もくれた。感謝しているわ。
Do you mean you finally managed to have a reunion after so much difficulty, but still had to part?
ええ。それは単なる偶然。
Coincidence? You think that this is just a coincidence? I don't believe there is such a coincidence.
単純ね。霊子と人間の世界は時に重なり、時に離れ、常に接触を保つことはできない。寿命が限られている人間にとって、その隔たりは耐え難いもの。
Maybe you're right. Separation is inevitable, but it's not the end. That night, Mr. Wong couldn't see you at first. If something around you didn't change, you would remain invisible to him. I'm not certain on the nature of that change, but I believe it's from your strong feelings for each other, which accumulated all the while.
あの時
Ruri is muttering to herself in surprise. A coincidence would never take place without a reason.
でも証明はできないでしょ。それは瞬く間に過ぎ去ってしまう奇跡のようなもの。彼も結局私のことが見えなくなりました。
That's because you choose to give up eventually.
諦める以外の選択肢があるとでも
There are always options as opposed to giving up. Long ago, humans didn't have trains or telegrams. A couple of lovers miles away were two worlds apart. It's common for most people to give up, but a few chose to trust and wait for each other. Their yearnings encouraged them to bear with it, even though most people would find it near unbearable, and receive miracles so that these stories get passed on, and we can hear their stories today.
あなたが言いたいこともわかるわ。人間の心の強さで互いを隔てる障害を克服できると私もそう信じています。でも人間と霊子とを隔てているのは避けようがない自然の法則。気持ち一つで何が変えられるというのです。
The law of nature has set up a wall to stop us from touching each other, but it has also left a gap at the same time to give us the chance to meet again. If we decide to give up when we only see the wall, we won't find that gap. In the end, it is our hearts rather than the law of nature that is stopping us. If people give up early on like you, of course the result is of course the only result is separation.
あなた
I can't see more. Apologies for that. Dogs are being dumb. I can't see Mori these days, but I can sense her presence around me. I only need to close my eyes and I will meet with her. Although we can't see or touch each other, it doesn't mean that we're separated. As long as we still care for each other, we're together, just like lovers miles away in ancient times.
あなたはどうしてそれほどまで
Because I'm afraid to lose Mori. If I give up, I will really miss my chance to be with Mori, and live in regret like Mr. Wong. I'd rather trust her and wait for her, and when I saw your reunion, it renewed my confidence, so I believe I will see Mori again.
あなたという人は
She sighs and looks upset.
あなたたちは愚か者です。そこまでの覚悟ができているのなら、これからはあなたたち自身で道を切り開きなさい。
Ruri sighs, and a figure slowly materializes next to her. Yay, it's Mori! That familiar skirt hem, the familiar hair, and that familiar appearance within my imagination whenever I close my eyes. Mori? I was prepared to wait for her for 10 to 20 years, but now she appeared before me, which was as quiet as that time when she disappeared, and it caught me by surprise. It's you. It's really you? I can hardly believe my eyes.
玄関私が見えるの
When Mori's voice reaches my ears, her figure also becomes more distinct. I'm so nervous that I clench my fists tightly together, and my palms are sweating the same way, where I can scarcely contain my elation. But when I try to say something, it's as if there's something stuck in my throat, and I can't utter anything at all. I traced the outline of her figure obsessively with my eyes, and tried to keep all of her in my heart. Her eyes are shining like the moon on that night when she disappeared. Her long eyelashes are shaking slightly. Then she blinks, and a teardrop flows down her cheek. Mori. I panic. A variety of emotion is welling up in my heart. It feels sour and bitter at the same time. Her eyes, which resemble the moon, contain teardrops that are shimmering like stars.
私のことは忘れて。待たないで。
That face. Not the one that Mori's making, but Ruri's face is just kind of like, oh, huh, this happened. Okay then. I can't. I have a good memory. I remember we've made a pinky promise. No leaving without saying goodbye first.
それはできなかったんだよ。あの約束は気にしないで。
I'll wait for you until you say goodbye. Even if you'd still disappear again one day, I will always wait for you. Even if you snuck away, I would still wait for you.
待っちゃダメ。待たないで。
No, I will wait.
ケン君。どうして。
Mori's tears are shedding like rain. Her eyes are slouching. Her body is trembling because she's sobbing. And finally, she has a meltdown. Mori? The bitterness in my heart is welling up rapidly when I see her cry. This should be a joyful moment, shouldn't it? No, why are you crying? You should be overjoyed. I want to say something to console her, but she's crying harder, and I'm starting to sob myself. We've made it. We've overcome the worst part. Oh no, I've made a fox girl cry. Such a sin. I didn't expect her tears to flow out like floodwater. And panic because I have no idea on what to do. I can only look at Ruri helplessly to ask her help.
何かご用？
But what should I do? She must have cried like this when she was small. How did you make her stop? I can just imagine Ruri like looking at a tiny child like Mori and just bopping her on the head with like a karate chop and telling her to stop crying.
いいえ。私はマリを泣かせるようなことはしないもの。
Never mind then.
自分の問題は自分で解決しなさい。
Ruri, you're no help. How could you help me? Please. She keeps crying throughout, and I'm on edge like a cat on a hot zinc roof. This is even harder than writing an essay in the final term. Writing essays are hard, though.
そうね。しばらく放っておきなさい。そのうち泣き止むでしょう。
Maybe Ruri is worried that I might scratch my head until it bleeds, and she finally offers me a solution out of compassion. Ah, you brought her up like this? The proposal sounds unreliable, though.
それはいいとして。あなたが財布を忘れた時のことは覚えてる？
Do you want me to pay you for this information? My purse?
川で水を汲もうとした時、財布を忘れたことに気づき、一人で小屋に戻ったことがあるでしょ？
Yes. Let me see. It does ring a bell. I remember when I got the purse, there's a ringing sound in my ears.
そうです。あれは私がやったことよ。マリから引き離し、あなたに術をかけるために。
I thought as much. Cast a spell?
術？
Mori stops crying all of a sudden and looks at Ruri with her ears cocked.
ほら、泣き止んだでしょ？
That was a mean thing. What?
天子様！
Mori's so angry that even her neck has turned red, and she keeps stomping. This the actual solution Rory was talking about. There's no doubt that they are biologically related. Stop. What spell did you cast on me?
もう気づいているでしょう。
So the reason I couldn't see Mori isn't because we were destined to be separated, but it's from your spell?
本当？
Mm.
自然の 法則によって別れが訪れるのは事実です。でも今回は私があなたたちに予行演習をさせただけのこと。
Damn it, Ruri!
これで別れるくらいなら今以上に深い関係になるべきではないとそう思っていました。でも私の予想とは裏腹にあなたたちはお互いを深く信じ合っていた。すでに心が決まっているのならどんな結果になろうと共にしっかりと受け止めるのですよ。マリはあなたに任せます。
Mori, I'm going to draw some water at the river. It's sunny today. Since the weather is good for gathering supplies in the samples in the mountain, I'll follow the existing plan. Mori's still busy with stuff in the cabin, so I decided to fetch some water first after waiting a while at the doorway.
わかった。
Mori's reply seems absent-minded. I'm about to walk out when everything goes black and I fall down. When I reopen my eyes, I've been moved to the bed.
大丈夫。顔色が良くないよ。
Am I an old man now? How long did I sleep? I sit up in bed and feel a little dizzy. Mori's looking at me with a worried expression by my side.
ケン君をベッドに運んで今水を持ってきたところ長い時間寝てたよ。
Ear twitching. I miss the ear twitching. It's so cute. Ah! It's not long. I guess 10 minutes at most. No big deal. I'm relieved. Considering that she has no sense of time, I should buy her a watch.
私のせいだ。
Mori still looks worried after hearing my words, and she's staring at me in a daze. It's alright. I guess I'm too tired to work. I'll be fine after resting for a while.
ゆっくり休んでね。私ご飯作ってくる。
Cook? It's better for me to do that.
ダメ。ケン君はちゃんと寝てて。
Okay. She quickly held me down as she saw I was about to get off the bed. Okay, okay. After closing my eyes and laying down on the bed, I'm thinking. God knows a peculiar meal she will cook.
ちゃんと目閉じててね。
She covers my eyes with her hand, and it's a bit forceful. Her palms are dry, soft, and have a special smell. Maybe I'm really exhausted. Her hands feel warm and reassuring, and my consciousness fades in no time.
ケン君、起きて。
Both Mori's voice and the tempting aroma from the food wake me up. It smells so good.
そうでしょ。早く起きて。おかゆ作ったの。
This is totally different from the terrible meal I imagined. The rice porridge is cooked until it's soft to have the right consistency, with some leafy green vegetables and thin white fish fillet added to it. It looks so appetizing. Can't believe you can make porridge, and you did a good job, too.
ケン君が教えてくれたんじゃない。
Oh yeah, we did. At that time, you were really with me? Although I never doubted it, I can barely contain my joy when Mori admitted it. This music, wow. So, you never left? She's blushing even more. So, did you follow me to the bathroom?
それはないよ。そういう時はいつも外で待たせてたじゃない。
She immediately interrupted me furiously. I miss that feeling whenever I teased Mori. So much fun. It's a good thing that I reminded her that time. It would be embarrassing if she had followed me. Ooh, so yummy. I tilt the bowl to take a large mouthful. The love porridge is so delicious.
ゆっくり食べなきゃ。まだ暑いでしょ。
I'm full of energy after having a bowl of hot porridge. Feels as if that exhaustion from earlier has gone away. Tastes good, even better than my cooking.
またそうやってからかって。
I don't think he is. I mean it. Seriously. Have some too.
私はもう食べたもん。
Aww. Mori murmured. I believe you saved it for me.
そんなことないよ。私はもうお腹いっぱいだよ。
Let me fill your belly or I won't buy it.
もうケン君のエッチ。
Wait, what did that say specifically? Hold on. Oh, hello. Seems she's been growing up when I couldn't see her. I also need to put in more effort myself.